All right, so this is Alvin J on take two. Hopefully, the sound is a little bit better. I got the microphone working, and hopefully, you guys can jump over to this one. I'm going to delete the other one, and hopefully, you guys will be on here right now. Okay, so let me do this, and let me get rid of this one. Yep. All right. Good, good, good. All right. So we got it and we got it. Okay. So, okay. Now I'm plugged in. It should be coming up a little better now. So I don't have any other windows or anything like that open. Hopefully everybody is in here. And I'm sorry you guys had to jump over. I tried to schedule things so it gives you guys reminders of when to come, but it doesn't matter. You're here now. Okay. So once again, this is Alvin J, the most passionate non-doctor on the internet. Today I am flashing you out in red. All right. I got some red and a little contrast here. And hopefully you guys are doing really well as far as your day, as far as your Friday. And I hope that you guys are eating healthy most of the time so you can keep yourselves out of these metabolic conditions that we call America. You know, see, in America, people are actually they're not taking care of themselves, and then they're wondering why they have diseases like diabetes and cancer and breast cancer and lupus and erythromatosis, lupus, yes, and stuff like that. Lupus erythromatosis. That's it. All right. So I'm trying to guide people away from that. However, I know that I will not get everybody. I won't even get close to that. But those of you who are joining me and riding with me in this chat, I know you will. So go ahead and throw your where you're from into the chat and we'll get you guys shouted out. Okay. So I see Brother D Nubian is here on my second stream for the day. Okay. So very good. Sonia Davidson in the house. Jeffrey Jones. Jeffrey, welcome into the chat. Shannon Angel. Okay. We got somebody, what does that say? NOLA? All right. I don't know if that's an acronym or what. Okay. David Tripp is in the house from MS. I'm assuming that's in Mississippi or Minnesota. All right. It should be Mississippi, but let me see. David Polton is in the house. Mike McGregor in the house. Clementina back in here. Good to see you. Lynette Davis. Gaius back in the house from Brooklyn. Okay, Sharon. All right, Felicia. We got it. Susan. Mike A. D. Relly. Lalo. Yes, I'm loving it. All right, Raid in the house. Cynthia Freeman. Thank you, Cynthia, for jumping on in there, helping me out whenever you can. And you are answering all these questions. Man, blocking all these terrible people. I actually love it. Okay, so thank you, Cynthia, for all the stuff that you do for this particular channel. I love it. All right. And I love you. I'll say that. All right, now we got Queen Bohannon in the house. N. Nunez, D. Work from Columbus, Ohio. We got Queens in the house, or New Orleans, Louisiana. Wow. Prince Bailey, Ronnie, Fringy in the house. Matthew Adams. Man, we got a whole host of people in here. So Sharon's Poetry Corner. All right. Sharon, just me. Changed her name. Okay. I got you. So Sharon. All right. I got you. Sophia in the house from Florida. All right. So it appears that on this Friday, we have a packed full house. Maybe last time it was Valentine's Day or, and not a lot of people were getting on here. Usually when I get on a little later, more people are coming on, but now it's a little bit earlier. And now we got people who are actually coming into the live chat and trying to get their questions answered. I am going to answer those. However, let me start you guys off with our topic. All right. Raid said, let's start. All right. He's trying to push me into it. Now, I see. Yes. All right. Look. Kay says, Kay, if this is your first time, Kay, I appreciate you coming into the chat and thank you for asking a question. Okay. Got rid of my erythroma, okay, multiforme by getting mercury fillings removed. Oh, maybe you watched that video that I did do a video on that one on this very channel to where I told people to, if you can, go to a doctor or dentist who knows about those mercury fillings, who knows how to expertly take them out and remove them. Because if you don't, the mercury poisoning for your blood and your tissues becomes worse if you get somebody who just goes in there and tries to take them out and they don't know all the surrounding procedures to do in order so you don't get the mercury leak into your system. Very good. All right. Now, Clementina says, what cures a bloated stomach? The fastest answer I can give you is fasting, but it helps to know what caused it. Okay. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about my topic and then I'll get to you guys' questions here in just a moment. Now, it says in this particular video, this particular live, why don't you want to eat these two foods. Okay, now the reason I put this up here, never eat these two foods, because I see online that people, when the president talks, people, there's like 30,000 views at the highest. 200,000 views. And when I'm talking about the president, I mean President Obama, right? The last president we really had, okay? Now, as far as this one, all right, I respect every other president in history with the exception of two. And that's two people who should have never been in office. That is George Bush and that is Donald Trump. Now, if people like them, I don't have anything against the people who like them. You like them for your reasons, okay? However, for my taste, I like presidents who are smart and who know what they're doing and who are not, and here's the big part, corrupt. Okay, so there you go. Now, as far as the government being corrupt, sometimes you can't do anything about that. It's two-party system, so just throwing that in there. Now, as far as the two foods you're not supposed to eat, well, the two, I'm labeling the two, and really, I'm not going to say it's two particular foods, because I saw, some of you probably saw in the thumbnail for this video that I had sushi up there, and you were like, what? I can't eat sushi anymore? What's your problem, Al? What's going on here? No, I'm not taking away your sushi. Please forgive me, all right? It was a bit of internet clickbait, okay? All right, it got you, didn't it? All right, but I'm going to tell you the truth. The two foods we're going to talk about, I'm going to say that they're categories of food, not necessarily foods on an everyday basis. Some of them, or one of them, might piss you off. One of them you might be able to give up very easily. However, in any case, it's going to hit you deep because these are staples in people's lives. Okay, so later on, I'm going to give you guys a chance to try to name them if you can. Okay, so we're going to try that. Okay, so let me see. I'm going to go over here. We're going to answer some questions, and then we'll come back to the question a little bit later. But let's ask some questions and see if people are actually going to enjoy this. Okay, I want to get some questions in right away. I know Cynthia is going to help me out with some of the questions, but as many as I can get to, I'll try to get to. Okay, so David Poulton says, I pretty much can already guess what the two foods are. Giggles. All right, David is already into the game. I love it. Okay, now there are really categories of food, not really just specific foods. Okay, so I think he might know. I think he might have this. He's good at these games when I ask questions. Okay, now Clementina's got the faces going on there. Frenchie, hope it was all those California rolls. That's right. So, and we got a lot of people from California in here. So, all right, Frenchie, I'll walk you to your car. Okay, so nobody from California jumps on you. Okay. All right. So, hi, Mr. Jackson, Allison Moore. All right, Allison, thank you for jumping in here. One of my students in here enjoying the chat. Very good. Avoid crap. Carbonated soft drinks and refined sugar, artificial foods, and processed foods. David Poulton, oh man, he's throwing his guesses out here right now. I love it. Let me see. Roger, well, getting political, are you? Thought you wouldn't go there. Goodbye. All right, Roger, I said you can believe whatever you want to believe, but if you want to get offended, that's all right. We'll let you leave. Okay, so Mike A says dairy and sugar. Wow. All right, we got some good guesses in here, man. All right, Cynthia Freeman, fast food, KFC, meaning fried stuff, yes. And then we got Victory Leo, yes. Bye, Roger. I know pork is one of them. I love your positivity, Alvin. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Gaius says grains and legumes. Ooh, that's good guesses there. Ooh, look at this. Man, I think we're getting hot here. This is good stuff. Matthew Adams, HFCs, high fructose corn syrup, and processed oils. Very good guesses. Ooh, man, these are good. Meat and dairy. Sharon, oh my goodness. I think she's like lava hot. Okay, so very good. Okay, probably a Trump bot in here. All right, alcohol. Sugar, it's the devil. Frenchie is on it. All right, refined carbs and sugar. Yes, Mike McGregor. Yes, sugar. David Poulton. Genetically engineered foods like GMOs. Yes. All right, and let's see. Say pork first. That's the first worst thing you can eat. All right, so the brother D Nubian says it's the pork. He doesn't even want to give a second one. He says pork is bad enough. My goodness. All right, so since you guys have thrown out meat, dairy, pork, and everything. Okay. Now, since you guys have thrown them out there and you guys have given me such good energy to work off of, let's go in here and try to figure out what is going to be the main topics that I was discussing when I said never eat these foods. Okay. Now, I guess I still got responses coming in. This is great. Miss Injolie says white sugar and beef. Oh, those are two good ones. Man, all right. So this is good. All right, Roger says, yes. All right, so very good. Now, as far as this, Roger's decided to stay. Okay, so he's more into the health. He's not worried about the political stuff. Okay, so hey, Denise Rutherford. Okay, we got some people communicating with each other in here. Okay, now let's start off with I'm going to give you the two that I was particularly studying on to find out what was actually worse for a human being. And I've actually eaten these over the last 2 weeks in order to, not every day, but every 2 weeks, just to kind of document how I felt after I ate them. And I will tell you the worst two that I found when I ate them. Okay. Now, here they are. And I'm even going to type them into the chat. I want to join you guys in the chat. Okay. So here it is in all caps. While I'm typing, somebody might throw another one in there. Canola oil. Okay. All right. Garlinia, she threw in that canola oil. Ooh, see, she's got the oils. Okay, let me see. Let's see if you guys get this. Okay, so if anybody can throw another one in before I add this. Okay. Wait, one of them is a specific food. I'm putting it in there now. Okay, and it's not a long one. I'm just messing up a lot when I type. Okay. All right. So when I hit my button, it's going to pop up here on the screen and you guys are going to see it. Okay. So let me see. Anything corn? Ooh, look at that. All right. So very good. Now, all right, stumped. Randy says I'm stumped. Okay, Randy, don't be stumped. All right, we're going to get to it. Now, I'm going to push the button. As soon as I hit enter, you guys are going to see the ones that I actually did. Now, I did all of the ones that you guys said. I did cereal and milk. I did the dairy. I did all kinds of meats, okay? All kinds of meats. I did fried meats, all right? So I even did the Cane's and the Kentucky Fried Chicken, all right? I went out and I ate the pancakes and the eggs and stuff together, all right? So I was trying to find out what was actually going to make me feel the worst and what actually put me out to the point where me and the wife had trouble getting intimate. It was bad. Okay, so now I'm fully recovered. I did my cleanse, and now I'm back to my full, normal, full energy self. Okay, now let's free pizza. All right, oat milk is the bomb. No, you're right about that. So good enough. Oat milk, almond milk. I love the ones, especially if you make them yourself. They're pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and hit the button. Let's see what the answer was and what made me feel the worst on my little experiment. Here you go. All right, so there it is. You guys now have the answer to the problem. It is burned meat and ice cream. Now, somebody tell me, let's start off with the meat first. Most people think that it's healthier to eat chicken instead of beef. It's healthier to eat fish instead of beef, or what they call red meat. No, it's not. Okay. Now, most people think that if you go turkey, if you go chicken, you can't go wrong. All right. Lean pork. Let me tell you something. All of the animals that we eat actually have to undergo and take growth hormones. They are all on GMOs. They're all eating GMO corn for their diets. So they've trained a cow to go from eating hay to eating corn. Completely unnatural, which is why we have so much disease in our culture now. One of my students just told me that a family member of theirs just had a heart attack. A heart attack. Dead, 39 years old. Now, how is it possible for a 39-year-old to have messed up their body enough to have a myocardial infarction? How is that possible? Well, let me tell you how it's possible. It's because your food is not really food. It is packed with additives and preservatives and chemicals. Everything bad that you can put into food to keep it preserved on a shelf is now being fed to you, and your body has no idea what to do with it. Your liver is trying its best, but it's going to have to reroute it into all your other mechanisms, like your nervous system, like your liver walls, like your bones, like your tissues, like your skin, like your nails. Okay, it's a wonder why every other woman has a yeast infection at some time during the year. It's a wonder why breast cancer is becoming the number one cancer. I think it is the number one cancer out of all the cancers that we now have. How is that possible? And how is it possible at these young ages? Well, it's because people believe that what's food is not food and what's healthy is not healthy. You are listening to what they're telling you is healthy, but you're not reading the back of the packages. You're not doing the research on where the meat is coming from, which is why I can only eat meat every once in a while, because when I eat meat often, guess what? I don't feel right. And I know why that is. It's because I know it has GMOs in it. Why do you guys think I cleanse so often? Because I cleanse now, I would say twice a month. Every 2 weeks, I'm doing my full saline wash. I'm doing my full coffee enema. I'm doing my glutathione. I'm doing all of that because I am trying to survive planet death. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to survive this planet that is trying to kill me. And it will if you do nothing about it. I see people who are 60 years old talking about, man, don't get old. Don't get old. They say stuff like that. Oh, man, Al, don't get old, man. It ain't where it's at. I know it's not. However, what you call old, 60 is old. At 60, you're supposed to be running around the park with your grandkids and not even getting winded. That's what 60 is supposed to be. 60 is supposed to be you're outside working on your hot rod. 60 is supposed to be you outside gardening on your knees and not feeling knee pain for at least 30 minutes. That's what 60 years old means. But you guys are fooling yourselves into thinking that 60, when you guys are 60, you're finished. What the hell is going on that people believe that 60 and 70 is a perfectly fine age to pass away at? Are you out of your mind? I want to be 80 years old and I want to be still running around. I want to be jogging, maybe in the mall. But I'm going to be doing something, okay? I want to be rollerblading when I'm 80, all right? I'm not going to be worried about breaking a bone. Oh, my God, you're going to skate? What about your hips at 80 years old? Well, if you keep eating genetically modified corn, if you keep eating processed sugar, and if you keep eating quasi-manufactured food, yes, your joints will fall apart. Your bones will snap the first time you fall down. I've fallen and I can't get up. But if you guys actually go ahead and you take care of yourself, you give yourself the multivitamins that I'm trying to advocate that you go to. I know you guys know some doctors. I know that you get on the internet and you look at other people. But let me ask you this. Do those people know the human body well, know the chemistry inside the human body? And when you put something into your body that interacts with those chemicals, those hormones, those enzymes, how do they know what's going to happen after that? I doubt it. Even doctors don't know this. Doctors take a 1-week course on nutrition and they're telling you how to eat, what you need to do. They say stupid shit like, you should stop eating salt. Are you out of your mind? Doc, let me give you a lesson right now, just in case you're listening. First of all, salt is necessary for almost every function inside the body. That includes nerves, that includes muscle. Isn't that all it takes to make this entire body work? I thought so. So you can't tell people to stop doing salt. Second of all, salt does not cause high blood pressure. If you already have swelling in your tissues and you do salt, it'll make it worse. But salt does not cause high blood pressure. Okay, so we got facts all messed up. We got stuff all wrong when it comes to medicine. However, you guys are still believing that because you're looking at TV, you're looking at Facebook, you're looking at Instagram, you're getting on there and letting people who are doctors, and I use that term loosely, okay? You're letting people who are doctors tell you what is good for your body, when in actuality, they know nothing about nutrition. And let me give you this, they know nothing about medication either. Doctors do not equal pharmacists, okay? Doctors are not pharmacists. Most doctors only know what the sales rep told them when they sold them or gave them the samples. That's it. If you ask your doctor, what are the side effects of this? You know what he's going to say? Read the package insert. It's going to sound like you should be doing it for yourself, but as the physician who is giving you this medicine, he has no liability when it messes you up. And then all of a sudden now, when you come back to it, it's now your fault. All right. You can't blame the doctor. All right. He told you to read the package insert, but he really didn't know what he was giving you. So are we going to let that slide? Are you going to keep going to your doctor who is setting you up for failure? Or are you going to keep going to your doctor who actually, when you come out of the office, you are doing worse than when you went in? If you had never gone in there, you might be better off. That's a sad thing to say, but it's true nowadays because doctors are only worried about themselves. Here's the thing. They're a protected monopoly. You can't sue doctors for anything. That's why they say, have you signed that mountain of paperwork when you come in and get any procedure done, so they can just slide off liability to everybody but the person who was working on you. If you decide to accept a patient, you accept the liability that comes with them. They don't even want that. I'm telling you, it's a racket. But some doctors out there, are they good? Yeah. Some people are screaming, oh my God, Mr. Jack, my doctor is the best. My doctor it takes care of me. No. I didn't say your doctor wasn't nice to you. I didn't say your doctor didn't go to church. I didn't say your doctor didn't pay his taxes. I didn't say your doctor didn't play with their kids. I said your doctor is trained in a way to, in the way of his protocols, are designed to kill, maim, paralyze a human being, not bring them back to full health. You missed the whole thing. The whole medical complex is set up to keep you sick so that they can make money off of your illness. It's the racket. Why are more people getting sicker and sicker, and we have the most advanced technological hospitals and clinics ever in the history of man? Why is that? Can anybody tell me? Just throw it out there. Can anybody tell me? No. All right. You can't, because there's some good doctors out there. I'll give you that. But are most of them good? I would say in theory and concept, yes. But as far as their training and what tools they have available to them to get a human being back to their normal health, hell no. That's where I'm coming from. All right, so let's see here. We got some questions. Let me throw it out there. I love it. I went off on a rant. I had to do it. I'm sorry. All right, let's see. All right, Denise Rutherford said, what about wild Alaskan fish? Now, with any fish, let's talk about the meat here. Now, I told you guys it was meat and it was ice cream. The meat, it doesn't matter what kind of meat it is. It's all GMO. It's all corn-fed, GMO corn-fed animals. Now, that's the first thing. Now, when she says Alaskan wild-caught salmon or stuff like that, fish, cod, it's fine as long as you get it from a great source. Now, here's how you tell. If the fish has good marbling through it, okay, that usually means, I gotta look it up because I think I have them backwards. I gotta look that up. But usually when it has good marbling to it, it means that the meat inside the fish is actually disconnecting and the basement layer is breaking down. Therefore, you guys will see that you can tell good fish by looking at it. If it doesn't have much marbling, meaning the little white strands that run through the sections of the meat, if they're really close together or you can't hardly see them at all, that's usually a great piece of fish because it means that the integrity of the skin was not breaking down. However, if you see large marbling and you got a lot of big, fat, white streaks through the fish, like when you eat your salmon, that you might think, oh, that's tender, that's juicy. But it means the fish was falling apart before they killed it. So that's one thing to look for when we're talking about food and meat. Here's the big important part about your meat. If it has grill marks on it, you shouldn't be eating it. I know it looks good on the barbecue grill, but when you grill genetically modified meat and you add high heat to it, you release the free radicals in the tissue, and then you're going to eat that. When you eat that, free radical equals cancer inside the body. You will severely acidify your blood by eating it. And therefore, because you produce cancer cells every day, now what happens? Your cancer will find the damage that you just caused with the meat, and now the cancer goes rampant. Now, I want to see if you guys have noticed or heard about this. You'll notice that whenever somebody has cancer and they try to cut out the cancer, try to remove the tumor, try to cut into the body to remove cancerous tissue, you'll notice that the cancer starts moving and it starts getting worse. They say it starts to metastasize. The reason is because when you slice open a human being's body, all right, you have now caused damage, being a stress, and the blood has to respond to that. That's a response. Remember, your cancer cells are your cells, so they know that there's damage too. So now the cancer cells not like to go and ride to the damaged area, because now they have an area that will be out of the radar of your white blood cells, which kills them on an everyday basis. And now your damage is allowing your cancers to proliferate or form cancer clusters inside your body, and you now you have no need to wonder why your cancer has metastasized. You'll notice that every time they try to do a surgery to cut out a tumor or something, usually it gets worse. It's because of the stress response. On top of that, when you damage the human body by cutting it open, sometimes it's necessary, but when they cut it open, guess what you just did? You just lowered your immune system, because you just put your body under a physical stress, and now your immune system drops. Now, with the immune system down and the cancer cells now replicating and ramping up, you can see your problem, right? Yeah. All right. So let's see. I can't increase my potassium. What do I do? I'm assuming that was the first part to that question. John P. asked that question. Okay. Let me see. All right. Now, if you can't increase potassium, the one that usually balances within your body is calcium, all right, and sodium. So it doesn't matter if you can't go high on potassium. Do the calcium and the sodium, and you'll see if you balance them, the problem that you're having with the potassium will tend to go away. Okay. However, that insinuates that you're not continuously poisoning yourself and acidifying your blood at the same time. Okay, let's get another one. David Polton says, I have not been vaccinated for 12 years. I've refused to have another. Once I stopped getting the shot, I no longer got the flu. I'm around other people with it. The last flu case happened the day of my last shot. So, David, I have to agree with you. That's about when it happened for me, and that was about 12 years ago. Now, do I get some of the starting symptoms of it? Yes. All right, because my mucus tends to linger longer than most people. However, I have learned to let my immune system deal with the problem, and all of a sudden, my colds and my flus, they go away really quickly. All right, I feel the tingling and then nothing else. Still, haven't missed a day of work for being sick in the last, shoot, I'm not proud of this, but 10 years. All right, so because people, this is just a side note. I know people work hard on their jobs, and I know they work 20 years and stuff like that. But if you drop dead, they will replace you tomorrow and not really say another other thing about you. And then in a year or two, nobody will remember your name. That is why I said what I said about it really doesn't make a difference to me how long I've been working a job and how proud I am to be there every day. It's not really a big thing, because it seems like they care, but do I really believe that? No. All right. If you just quit or you died, nobody's going to miss you in a year or so. All right. There'll be what was his name? That tall black guy. No, I don't know. Did he have a beard? Yeah. What was his name? I couldn't tell you. See, that's how it's going to be. So that's why I don't put too much stock into it, because people don't fight for you, but you are dedicated and hardcore for the company. It's just crazy. But a little side note. Okay, so can I use natural spring water with a saline wash? Of course, I would prefer that. If you got saline water or if you got distilled water, that would be the best. I have 5-stage filtered water with a carbon filter. Okay, so that's what I use for my cleanses. However, spring water, that's perfect. And make sure it's real spring water. If you're doing the bottled stuff, go with something like Essentia or Fiji or something like that, or something that comes out of a filter that they actually do have in a 5-step osmosis, reverse osmosis filter, that kind of stuff. Now, right out of the tap, no. Fluorine chloride in the water, it defeats the whole purpose. So you got to do something to the water. So any kind of purified distilled water, yes. If you can get pure spring water, that's actually ideal. Okay. Here we go. Let's see here. Brother D. Nubian at Frenchie. All right, very good. Pink Diamonds in the house. Pink Diamonds, welcome. How do you use bentonite clay to extract toxins? Usually you just eat it. You get something called food grade calcium bentonite clay, also called Indian healing clay. You mix it with water and you just drink it. It usually binds to all the metals that are in your body because whatever you eat and it goes into your digestive tract, it circulates throughout your blood, especially if it's not a poison. So that's going to circulate through your brain. It's going to circulate through your cardiovascular system, your lymphatic system. It's going to go all the way down through the digestive system, everywhere. So if you're doing that to remove the toxins or heavy metals, all you do is ingest it, but it has to be food grade. That's the thing people tend to look over. You can't just eat any kind of clay. Yes, it has to be food grade calcium bentonite clay. Okay, so I don't know. I might be able to show you the version. I'm all about this. Let me go grab it for you. I'll grab it out of my cabinet. Okay, so let me see. All right, we have got it. Okay, now I am back. Here you go. Now it says calcium bentonite clay, health, wellness, beauty. There you go. So that's the one I get. I got this off Amazon. So if you're looking for it, that's where I got it from. So let me cover my face so I can focus. Woo. All right, there you go. Just to put it out there, because a lot of people are asking, where are you getting your supplements and stuff like that? A lot of them come from Amazon. I get some of them from HSN because they'll let you do flex pays, and I don't want to pay like $500 for some vital things all at once. Sometimes they're pricey, sometimes they're cheap. Calcium bentonite was pretty cheap. I think this one was $13 for this size bottle. And if you guys look in here, I use it every once in a while, especially if I knew I ingested metals, but I don't want to get any of this on my computer. But if you guys see, that's what the powder looks like. Okay, that's what the powder looks like. All right, so just a little dust. All right, so there you go, just a little dust. All right, now I always like to give real life case studies when I can because I always have things on hand and people, I want people to know that I use whatever I advocate. I don't ever give you anything that I recommend for you that I have not tried on myself. Everything, with the exception of my systemic enzymes because I ran out. All right. Everything that I recommend for other people, it's in my cabinet right now. Okay. I take it every day. So that's why I can run and get stuff like this. And you guys will see I'm for real when I say I take stuff, I supplement, and you have to. That's the reason I'm trying to keep my skin healthy. I'm trying to keep myself young. I'm trying to keep my hair black, all of that. And more importantly, I want to keep my insides healthy. Okay, so yes. Now, wow, that's interesting. Thank you for the response. I'll look for the food grade version. Yes, thank you. All right, Pink has got it. Susan H says, what about those electrolyte powder drinks? Are they any good? Again, depends on the source. Some of these MLM companies, they do have some good ones. All right, so when they like the Organifi stuff like that, when you guys are actually looking at the ingredients, sometimes all they have in there is really ground up plants, and they're using vitamin E as the binder or the preservative. That's what you're looking for. When they start using other stuff like, what is it? It's not vitamin C. It's a derivative of vitamin C, or it'll say BHT or BTHT, that kind of stuff. Okay, so very sweet. All right. Thank you, Clementina. I appreciate that. Okay, Jake, we're going to have to kick Jake out. All right, Jake is acting a fool in here. Okay, so Frenchie said, oh, you're talking to Brother D. Nubian. Okay, now if anybody in here actually has any questions, let's go ahead and you guys go ahead and ask, and then I'll throw them back in. If you got to copy and paste it. Okay, now it says, the spirulina turmeric you suggested have been helping my asthma, but I still have a bit of mucus. Anything I should supplement to clear that up? Now, as far as the mucus, deep, heavy breathing will help get the rest of it out of there. You're producing mucus for a reason. Either your passageways are drying out, or you have a lingering like mine, where it just lingers for a little bit. Give it a little bit of time and see, does it work for the next 2 weeks? If it does not clear up, then we'll give you something else that can act as an expectorant to get all of that mucus out of there. Okay, so very nice, very nice. Okay, yes. Yes, very good. All right, so what is burned meat? All right. Now, when I say burned meat, I mean beef, chicken, turkey, sausage, if you add high heat to it or it has grill marks on it, you're talking about a free radical. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So very good. Okay. So that's a good question, Kay, because a lot of people are confused about that. So yes. All right. Good, good, good. Okay. So we shouldn't see Jake anymore. All right, so Miss Injolie says, do you suggest giving kids the Quicksilver Ultra Binder Bentonite Clay and activated charcoal for ASD? All right, now what does ASD stand for? There's too many acronyms with that abbreviation. So what is ASD? Now, for the calcium bentonite, 5, 6 years old and older, perfect. Okay, but under 5 years old, I would say probably going to 6 years old. Their liver is not strong enough to deal with all of those components at once. So they have to be like 5, I would say even 6 years old to deal with all of that as far as it not being a liver problem. Because truthfully, those are cleansers and sometimes they have metals. And the metals, cool for a short period of time because us as adults, we're not going to take them all the way anyway. But for children, they have to be able to clear it and get their liver back to normal. And I don't want to interrupt any liver function if that is the case. Okay, so just a little hints when using supplements. Remember, I never advocate medications for any reason unless you are in a hospital and it's life-threatening to your situation right now. Okay, chronic conditions like you're talking about here, no. Okay, so yes. Cod liver oil healthy? Of course it is, especially if it's pure. So yes, that's one of the best omega-3, omega-6 combinations you can get on the market. So very nice, very nice. All right. Oh yeah, yep. Brother D Newbie, you knew it was. All right. It says, hello, Alvin. Can you please tell us what's good for hair growth for a 24-year-old? Now, what does that say? Ethne? Okay, so Ethne Ferguson. Now, as far as growing your hair back, I do not advocate anything because I haven't tried anything yet. However, I have just come across a company where I'm actually going to start using the product to see if they will fill this back in. Okay. Now, when I was younger, I used to love my little line. I used to, when I went to the barber and he used to put those clippers on your forehead, it was like, yes, I like that. But you see now it's gone. All right. It's completely gone. So I have found a company that would actually put together a combination that actually did. Now, it was the two main ingredients in it were biotin and echinacea. Okay, those are two things that would stimulate hair growth as far as your melanocytes and the hair follicle itself. All right, the matrix of the hair root. But there were some other ones in there that were good supporting factors, but I can't recall all of those right now. So I'll have to look it up for you, but let me see. All right, I might be able to look it up real quick. Let me see, can I find it? Yes. And if your cell phone will work quicker, that would work. Yes. And yes, where is it at? I think I got it. Hold on. No. Google Ads. No. Oh, I thought I had saved it. I guess not. Okay, so I guess not. I didn't save it. My goodness. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on then. Sorry about that. I wish I could have got it for you. All right, Gaia said, one more question. Wait a minute. Wait, Alvin, so barbecue is bad. That's burned meat. Yes, it's charred meat. And I know barbecue tastes good. It tastes good with the barbecue sauce. But you're literally creating the worst combination you could put in your body. Burned meat with sweet barbecue sauce. Remember, proteins and sugars together cause AGEs, advanced glycation end products. That makes your blood sticky. So that's why it feels like you have to go lay down and take a nap after you eat barbecue. And on top of that, what do you add? Cornbread and sweet barbecue baked beans, right? And sometimes you'll do something good. You'll throw some greens in there, but most of the time it's macaroni and cheese. Sometimes you might do something else good, black eyed peas. But when you guys greens and black eyed peas, really good. All right, really great for your heart, really good for your circulation. But the rest of the stuff, the barbecue, you have it every once in a while. I would suggest when you do barbecue, and especially if you're going to put a sweet barbecue sauce like Sweet Baby Ray's on your barbecue, I would say get some apple cider vinegar afterwards to cut the clumping consistency of the food. It'll stop your blood from clumping also. And it'll also help alkalize at the same time. Okay, so there you go. We got a quick one in there. Very nice. Let me see. Felicia says, oh my God. All right, she's blown away by the information we're giving here. All right, Felicia, if you want some more, all right, if you want some more information like that, Felicia, here's my book, Eat Butter, Smoke Marijuana, Kill Cancer, and Live to 100. That's my book. I wrote it. It's selling on Amazon. All right, so you guys personally know someone who is actually on Amazon selling a book and is doing pretty well. Okay, so very good. Now, wait a minute. He skipped up. I didn't, who did I have? Bad Mexican said, hey, Alvin, my cousin has an ovarian cyst. She has been to several doctors. All they did was blood tests and said they can't do anything. Please help. Now, when you have, wait a minute, it says ovarian cysts, sometimes they can be cancerous. They did not say fibroids. They said ovarian cysts. So in that means that's a different kind of cyst. That means it's made out of the musculature of the wall of the uterus itself. All right. That's kind of bad because that means that once you have a cyst, you have no circulation in that area, and that's perfect for uterine cancers and tumors. All right. So I don't want it to turn into a tumor. It's just a cyst right now. So in order to get rid of those, you're going to have to rebuild the walls. Now, it's not going to just do the uterus. It's going to do all of your cardiovascular system. It's going to do the walls of your heart. It's going to do the walls of the arteries, the veins, the capillaries. All of that is going to get stronger as a result of this. But what you need to do is flush out the system, get all the processed stuff out of the diet immediately. If she won't do it, she won't lose them. However, this is what you do. You want to dissolve those. Now, you got to do that. You want to alkalize your blood. Apple cider vinegar will do it, or not both, or you can do baking soda and water. Okay, 8 ounces of water, 1 tablespoon of baking soda. Throw the baking soda in, mix it up, and drink it. That's all there is to it. Now, you have to do this consistently. You can't just do it one day, take a week off, and do it another day, and then say it doesn't work. Don't do that. It has to be consistent in whatever you do. So I would say baking soda or apple cider vinegar twice a day for 2 weeks, and see does it start dissolving for you. Okay, that's why we want to do it for a long period of time, because hopefully it'll dissolve and get you the result that you want. Okay, so very good. We got, all right. Money Machine Gun says, I'm in Thailand. How do I protect myself from the coronavirus? The coronavirus is just like the flu. It has the same strength. Don't think that you're going to die from the coronavirus unless you have a lowered immune system due to some disease or something that lowers your immune system, like lupus or leukemia or HIV. Those things will actually, if you come in contact with the coronavirus, you have a very good chance of dying. However, most of us, like if I caught the coronavirus, there's somebody in here who is healthy and eating right, like what is his name? Andrew Galgal, when he's in here, he eats very good. So if he caught the coronavirus, nothing's going to happen to him. So Cynthia, if she does, nothing's going to happen to her because she has a high functioning immune system, and the coronavirus is going to do nothing to you. All right, you're going to get your little flu-like symptoms. You're going to be over it in about 4 weeks, and I say 4 weeks because that's an especially powerful strain. However, after that, you're going to be in the clear, and it's just like having anything else. You'll be immune to it for the rest of your life if you have a normal immune system like the rest of us. However, if you have a lowered immune system, all right, any of those things that I mentioned earlier, lupus, all right, leukemia, HIV, those are 3 things that will severely lower your white blood cell count. And when they do, coronavirus has no choice but to take you out because it's an especially strong strain. It's a mutated strain. So it will take you out. And if you guys look at all of the people who have been killed, the over 3,000 people who are now dead of the coronavirus, all of them have secondary conditions that weaken their immune systems. Came out with it. Literature. All right. That's why you have to read. Sometimes you don't want to read the complicated articles, the medical articles, but they tell you. All right. So they tell you. If nothing else, just read the abstract. They'll tell you. Okay. So, all right. Gaia says, thanks for helping me. I appreciate the content. I have one more question. My girlfriend has, I think it meant eczema from time to time. Really don't like the steroid cream she's using would love an alternative. Now, if she doesn't want to use the steroid cream is only going to try to suppress the problem locally and from the outside. That's not what you want to do with eczema. Eczema is an internal systemic thing that affects your skin, your nerves, your tissues. So you want to take care of that from the inside. I would say the first thing you want to do to get rid of that is, if you're trying to soothe from the outside, coconut oil. It is pure, healthy, saturated fat that you can rub on, and it helps keep the it helps soothe your internal skin and from the condition. But to get rid of the condition when it does pop up, again, what you want to do is flush out your colon. Usually it's coming from your colon, your digestive system, and stuff is just sitting there, and your body keeps reabsorbing it because your large intestine's job is to keep reabsorbing liquid if you don't drink any. That's the first problem. The second one is your liver has to allocate poison somewhere because they keep coming in at an alarming rate. So your liver will try to hold on to some, but it'll start funneling them to other places in your body, namely everywhere. But the first places are going to be your blood, your skin, because it's furthest away from your blood, and then the other one is your, dense thyroid. There you go. All right, so your thyroid. These are going to be places that you have to flush, because you'll notice that if you have eczema for so long, you should notice that your metabolism goes down because your thyroid is actually being poisoned. That will cause a condition called Hashimoto's disease, and that is going to lower your metabolism, and that further lets things like cancers and diabetes take you out. Okay, so we don't want those kind of problems. So clean her out. I would suggest the Gaia Supreme Cleanse. They don't make the kit anymore. I've been looking for it. They don't make it. So get the Gaia Liver Cleanse. You can find it on Amazon, and you can get the psyllium husk. See if you can find psyllium husk. All it is pure fiber. Okay, now, if your girlfriend is cool with doing sweet potatoes, apples, stuff like that has natural fiber, she can do that. You don't have to get the psyllium husk if you don't want to, but you have to eat them whole. You can't juice them. You want the fiber in the material of the fruit. Oranges, grapefruit, stuff that is really stringy, that can go through your system, and that causes that fiber to take everything out that doesn't belong there. Okay, so thank you for the question, guys. I appreciate it. Okay, now, Denise Rutherford, you got it. Beautiful. All right, good stuff. Okay, Cynthia, taking care of the questions. Very good. Wait a minute. Let me see. David Poulton says, my left eye has been pulsing and my eyelid has been twitching for years. 2 eye doctors said only astigmatism and needing glasses, but glasses don't help. Of course they don't. You're talking about a muscle twitch, which is something that usually is the beginning of something called myasthenia gravis, meaning muscle weakness. And usually you have muscle weakness in your eyelids because the eyelids it's the thinnest tissue in your body. And because the vascularization, the blood vessels that are running to your eyelids, they can easily get interrupted or they can go away, especially if take a look at this. If your eyes sink back a little bit on the top, that tends to cut the circulation to your eyelids, causing them to jump, because you all of a sudden, it'll be blocked off, and then all of a sudden it'll open up, and then you get a little influx of blood, and then your eye starts twitching because the blood flow is now restoring. Okay, it's a good thing that it is twitching, but because if it doesn't twitch, now it's going to get weaker and weaker, and now your eyes are going to start to droop, and you're going to look sleepy all the time. And then you won't be able to actually keep your eyes open because the muscles will start going away with no blood supply. All right. Now, so hopefully that answered your question there. But what you want to do is, to stop that from happening, you might have to eventually, just as exercise, you might just want to massage the eyelids there just to pull them out a little bit, and do that every day just for a few minutes just to restore the blood flow. And then you should notice over time, and when I say over time, over the next 30 days, you'll see that the twitching should get lighter and lighter and lighter. Anytime you guys feel twitching in your body, like on your side, your eye is twitching, your underarm is twitching, a piece of your arm is twitching, when you guys feel that, that's usually circulation or it's dumping. There's only 2 places that allow dumping. That's under your clavicles, and that's from your spleen here going into your pancreas. Okay, so you should feel twitching up here under your clavicles, and you should feel twitching over there because those are dump sites for your body. However, if you feel twitching anywhere else, it's circulation problems. So take a closer look at it. That's a really good question, David, because I've been asked that like 700 times, and I had to finally get to the bottom of it. Okay, so very good, David. Thank you. All right. Gettle says, I've used shea butter on eczema successfully. I like to mix therapeutic grade lavender essential oil into it. Ooh, you got advanced on me. Gettle, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so she's actually studied these things. It sounds like she might be a nutrition expert because that's a hell of a combination. Shea butter, especially organic shea butter. And she's doing the high grade lavender essential oil. That's what I'm talking about because lavender penetrates the skin really well to take care of like muscle aches, muscle pains, and stuff like that. So really good, really good. Ghetto, that's some high level stuff there. Thank you for throwing that out there. Okay, my big cousin Marcus is in the house. Very nice. All right, now, Marcus says, can you give me some insight on thalassemia? I was diagnosed with it. Now, thalassemia means that your red blood cells are either too small or too large, and you cannot carry oxygen the way you're supposed to. All you have to do is the problem is where the blood cells come from. It's your bones. So I know my cousin is tall, okay? So Marcus is all of like 6'5", 6'6", right? So because that means his bones are extended because he plays basketball, all right? And he might not be putting back the minerals and nutrients the way that they're supposed to. Because if we play basketball, I didn't even know this when me and Marcus were playing basketball all these years, but I didn't know you had to put back 2 or 3 times what you just burned, because even after you stop playing basketball, you have to replace what you lost while you were playing the sport. You also have to replace it so that you can carry out your normal body functions. And because you move around and you still are living life after you stop playing basketball, you still have to put back energy for that. So, but we severely underestimate what we need in order to live nowadays and live at optimum, because most people, after they get through playing basketball, they go out and they have a large dinner or a large lunch and they're like, oh my God, that just really hit the spot. I feel like I have energy now. No, you got calories, you got a sugar spike. That's what usually comes in your food, your breads and your meats and stuff like that. You got a carb hit. That's what made you feel better. But did your body get any nutrients? Well, you're going to be able to tell, because if you're hungry a few minutes later, or not a few minutes, a few hours later, that means that no matter how big the meal you ate, if you're hungry, that means your body is still searching for nutrients. So I would say, Marcus, get you an Andrew Lessman Essential One multivitamin and take 3 of those, okay? Keep on taking 3 of those every day for 2 weeks, okay? Just for 2 weeks, then you can go back to 1, all right? But every day, 3 a day for 2 weeks. So we're going to hyper-mineralize you. There's no such thing as too much. You're not going to overdose on anything, but your body is going to have so many nutrients available to it that your bones will incorporate it. So usually in the next 72 hours, your bones will start incorporating it, and then you'll see that your blood cells start coming out correctly, and they'll start carrying your oxygen and your nutrients the way that they're supposed to. That's the only thing that's the difference. You just got to fix that up. So if you cleaned up your diet and you're not doing any of the bad processed stuff, I know you guys have family meals, right? So, and at the family meals, you got cornbread and you got ribs and you got mac and cheese and you got potato salad. You know, I know. So it's the soul food, and you're eating good, but is your body getting the nutrients from the food that you're eating? And for most of us, the answer is no. So for my big cousin, I'm going to tell you, you guys might have to start going whole family salads. All right, big old bowl of salad. Okay, so you guys go out and get you some black beans, black bean burgers, stuff like that. Forget all the chicken and stuff. We want good, healthy foods in there. I hesitate to go to stuff like tofu and soy and stuff like that, because they come with their own set of problems, but they're good for a certain amount of, like 30% of the population, they're good for. But for most of us, we will have over time a very bad reaction to eating them on a consistent basis. That's why I'm trying to stick to fruits, vegetables, and stuff that we know that has stuff in there. Now, if you can get a good source of red meat or chicken or turkey that does not come from a GMO growth hormone slaughter factory, like in regular Western food, do it. Okay, meat is not the enemy. It's burned meat and it's GMO meat, growth hormone laden meat. But if you can get it from a nice source, organic, free range, chicken, beef, that kind of stuff, there's a huge difference in putting that into your body. I am not against meat. I am against bad meat. I'm against tainted meat. So if you can do that, I think that your thalassemia will clear itself up if that is the case. Okay. But thalassemia is almost like sickle cell. It's your cells are really tiny or they're really big, but they don't have any carrying capacity in either case, meaning you can't carry oxygen to your cells so they can live, and you can't carry nutrients to your body, your vital organs so they can live. So that's the bad part. So very good. Very good. Hopefully I got you. I eat great, green smoothies, salads, and wraps. Okay, so Marcus is doing the right thing. So now all you need is the other side, which is the hyper supplementation, and that should clear up your problem. So within 3 days, you're going to see a difference. Okay, so I like that. Good. All right, so how do you cook the meat that is not burned? Well, you don't sear it. So that's what I mean. High heat and meat, you can bake meat. It's not going to do anything to it. Baking doesn't bring out all these impurities, but you got to keep it under 375. Okay, you want to slow cook your meats. Okay, stuff like that. Now, people out there who have got your barbecue roasters and you're doing all this and you're cooking that meat until it's just black, but it's tender on the inside, but it's charred on the outside. It looks good. It tastes good. I know, but it'll kill you. It'll kill you. Okay, so good stuff, Marcus. I love that, man. He said he's doing the smoothies, he's doing the salads. Man, that's what I'm saying. All right, so I'm hungry a lot. Well, now, if you're hungry a lot, the supplementation should take care of that, because when you're hungry, there's 2 reasons for it. Either your body is still seeking nutrients, but if you're doing the greens, that's not the one. So the other reason your body is hungry is because you're used to releasing hormones in a certain pattern that you're supposed to get hungry at this time. You're supposed to eat at this time, and your body starts looking for those times in which you start eating. So now when you start eating those foods and you start eating at 6 o'clock or 12 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the morning, your body is actually almost forcing you, releasing hormones to your brain to trick you into like, yeah, we got to eat. It's 8 o'clock. Yeah, we got to eat. It's 12 o'clock. Yeah, we got to eat. It's dinner time. So your body is going to secrete chemicals to start making that happen. Your brain is manipulative. It'll do whatever it has to do in order to get something out of you. However, when your taste buds change and your hormone release patterns change, now you can change your life. That's what people are afraid to tell you. They just want you to get on the next diet and do the South Beach diet. No, don't try any more diets. The lemonade diet doesn't work. Okay, it works for the first week and then you're back fat again. Okay, so leave the lemonade diet alone. Get yourself right. Intermittent fasting, eat the right foods, and the weight will drop off of you. Now, here's the strange thing. Sometimes you have to add things in to lose weight, not take them away. Most people, even if they ate the GMO beef, even if they ate the genetically processed chicken, even if they ate the chemical laden pork, okay, even if they did that, if they just added a nice healthy smoothie with a multivitamin every day, they would still lose weight. Sometimes it's adding it in, not taking something away. A lot of the time, if your body does not have the precursors that you usually get from organic food, guess what happens? You start lacking those precursors, and now your body goes into stress. What happens when you're stressed? You release cortisol. Cortisol actually starts taking down all the inflammation in your body. But cortisol also has one other function. It takes down your thyroid, meaning your metabolism goes down. So the minute that you are psychologically or physically stressed, guess what? Cortisol goes up, metabolism goes down. Now it's very easy to gain weight. So sometimes when you add back in stuff, the precursors that you add back in, now now your liver, now your pancreas, now your spleen, now your heart, now your brain all have what they need. And now there's no need to swell up your limbs. There's no need to keep excess fluid on your body. There's no need to release cortisol. And therefore, since cortisol goes down, your metabolism goes up. And now it's easier to lose weight. See, it's all interconnected. It's not just a simple thing. Calories in, calories out. Who the hell told you that mess? It's much more complicated than you can ever imagine. So when you guys actually are out there and you're looking at a diet program, see that they cover all the bases. See that they encompass everything to keep you healthy. Okay? So let's see here. Let me see here. Abel says, what do you think about the Wim Hof breathing method? I've been doing it for about a month. I'm concerned about how it would affect my circulation. No, it's supposed to improve circulation. I actually tried that a few times, and I don't stick to it because I like tantric breathing more. And if you guys don't know what tantric breathing is, it's just what they call pause breathing. You breathe in for 8 seconds, you hold it for 8 seconds, you breathe out for 8 seconds. All right, that kind of stuff. So I found that works really well. Now, Wim Hof is a man who knows what he's talking about. But Wim Hof method only works for disciplined people because it's an extreme way of breathing to actually get oxygen, what do they call it? Infused. Profused. There you go. Profused into your tissues. And when you do get that oxygen in your tissues, the tissues tend to react in a way that they never have before, making them super healthy. Now, I agree with it. Stick with the Wim Hof because it does work wonders as far as the circulation and the breathing once you get used to it. It's difficult in the beginning because your body is not used to breathing in a way that does that. Okay, it's not used to it. So very good. Little more extreme. Okay, so try eating oatmeal with honey. All right, good advice here. All right. So what about the keto diet? What do you think about it? It's good. All right, it's good now the keto diet was supposed to be to get rid of cancers and diabetes. That was the original intent of a keto diet. What it is high fat, moderate protein, low or no carb, because sugar tends to feed anything that interacts with negatively a human being. So cancers, diabetes, leukemias, sickle cells, all of it made worse by sugar. So if you're drinking high C, nothing but syrupy sugar, all right, all of those conditions will get, how do you say, exponentially worse. Okay, so I have to say keto is good, but there's so many versions of it. It tends to be, it's just a catchphrase now. That's all keto is. Now, truthfully, is a keto diet good? It's supposed to be. So, because when we say high fat, most people are like bacon, eggs. No, it's avocado and nuts and fish oils. And then the proteins are supposed to be some meats. And then the carbs are supposed to be non-existent, or you have a little bit, being the healthy carbs. Like when they say carbs, they're talking about fruit. They're talking about vegetables, which also have carbohydrates in them. That's the real keto diet. However, most people are like, oh, the fat, that's bacon and eggs. And oh, the protein is barbecue and hamburgers. And the carb is a donut or a piece of cake. No, that's not keto. That's called kilo. All right, that's going to kill you. All right. So if you did keto correctly, it would be fish oils, nuts, avocados, things with healthy fats. All right. If it was proteins, it would be real proteins. Okay. Now, when we say protein, don't think meat. Okay. Think beans, think plants, because those are the things that the cow eats to get its protein, and then you eat the cow. So if you're eating meat for protein, you're eating a secondary source of protein. Okay, we got to get this right. Now, if we're talking about carbohydrates, they're really talking about fruits and solid vegetables. That's where you would get your carbs. That's where you get your fiber. So that's how keto is supposed to work. But, oh, excuse me. But the way most people do keto, they would actually be putting themselves in danger to the point where they would actually be destroying their health rather than trying to save it. So the way normal people do keto no, doesn't work. Even intermittent fasting couldn't save you from a bad keto diet that looked like that. Okay, so beans and grains depends on the person. You got to test those out. David Lennox, he said beans and grains. Well, you got to try them out. So I say try or die. So I can't advocate one thing, because here's the problem. When you try to advocate one thing for everybody, just like medicine does, it doesn't work. Okay, so you guys got to look at the real picture here. You cannot advocate and say that we have this blanket thing that's going to work for everybody and think that it's going to come out the right way. Look, let's use a very colorful example. Have you guys all heard of butt or booty vacuuming? Right? It's a real thing. All right, it's like wildfire, millions of views on any video on YouTube that actually has that in the title, millions of views. All right, now, when we talk about butt vacuuming, what we have is two very large suction cups that are put on a woman's butt, and they suck the skin up into the cups. All right, and they actually they hold on to it for a minute, and that cupping is supposed to shape the buttocks, right, detaching the skin from the basement layer, and hopefully collagen and fat will slowly start to seep in, filling in the empty area, the gap between where the thing pulled up and the basement layer of skin. And then it's supposed to push out and round your bottom. Now, initially, it looks great, okay? But most times they're sucking way too hard, and then you're going to get separation of the strands. So the top layer of skin, the epidermis and the dermis, separate from the subcutaneous layer on the bottom. And then guess what happened? The collagen rips, and it rips. You cause scar tissue. So now when it goes back down, your butt still has a little plumpness to it, but it's severely uneven, or you got dents in your booty because it didn't heal correctly. So that's what I'm saying. You got to try, because for some people it'll work. Small subset, it'll work. But for most people, if you have no butt and you're looking for suction to give you one, it's not going to work. If you had went to the gym and you did your kickbacks and your mule kicks and your leg lifts, all right, and your side pulls and stuff like that for your booty, you can push the muscle out to give you a nice round butt that looks excellent. However, because people aren't willing to work anymore, they just want to lie down on the table and have somebody give them a butt because they paid for it. You're never going to get the results that you want over somebody who goes to the gym and they're just working it out and they know how to contour their butt using muscle instead of a machine. All right. I'm all for contouring if there's no surgery involved. But if you got, and they call sticking a needle in there, they call that non-surgical. They just call that filler, right? If you guys are getting any of that, even with the little syringe and the filler, no, it goes away. It's not going to look right. You're not going to keep it for most people. Okay, you're not going to go from a flat butt to a J-Lo butt in 6 months because I've been religiously doing my exercise. It's not going to work. But can you build a round butt that looks good and pokes out from the side and from the back by building the muscle underneath? Of course. So as far as the seeds and grains, well, you got to try it to see if it works for you. If you have no adverse effects, if you're not sniffling, you don't have any coughing, you don't have any throat tingling when you do the seeds and nuts, you're not allergic. You don't have any adverse effects from that. So go all out for it. But if you eat nuts, and every time you eat nuts, you notice mucus comes on, you notice your sinuses get tight, you notice your chest might blow up a little bit, you might even see your lymph nodes in your neck pop out a little bit, they're not for you. We have to try everything. That's why I've tried keto. I've tried the lemonade diet. I've tried the South Beach diet. I've tried the paleo diet. I've tried the Atkins diet. I've tried all of them to see, truthfully, stuck with them for months to see if they would actually work. And none of them kept the weight off permanently. Now I see the new ones on television. Noom. All right. They're going to deal with the psychological aspect. Well, that's great. But if the person still has the psychology that they're going to go to a doctor, they have a fake booty, put on all the fat sucked out here and put in their butt, and now they're going to be slim in the waist and fat in the rear, and that's all I wanted. Well, it's not permanent. That's what you don't understand. Fat cells are infinitely expandable. They can suck all the fat they want out of here. All right. But when you come back in a year or so and you're still eating McDonald's and you're still eating Wendy's, maybe they'll suck it out again for you. But the fat is going to be right back. You're just going to have a nice, solid, plastic looking butt, but you're going to still have fat rolls on the side of it. And it's not going to make any difference. Sorry. All right. That's the way it is. Okay. So let's see. All right. So Brother D. Nubian said, ever had beef bacon? No, but I found some really good turkey bacon. And like I said, turkey is not better than anything else as far as being GMO. However, I will take turkey over bacon or over real bacon because a pig is the filthiest animal you can imagine on the face of the planet. Okay, just I can't believe they love just wallowing in their own feces. All right. So that's where most of the diseases come from, bats and pigs. So there you go. Marcus M says, what can I do for plantar fasciitis? I have a massage therapist, but each session only lasts a week at most. Okay. So that's the length of the sessions. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Now, as far as plantar fasciitis, that's when you actually have the underlying fungus problem from the feet, and it actually start messing with the nerves if it gets too deep into the footbed. Okay, and that can actually go under the toenails as well. Now, as far as plantar fasciitis is concerned, you can get rid of it. Here's what I'm going to advocate you do, because I'm trying this out right now. Okay, so you hit me at a good time. This is what I want you to do. All right, you're going to go get some real garlic. Okay, and I mean the clove, the white clove of garlic. You're going to take that clove and you're going to peel it. Okay, peel it, nice naked piece, one clove of garlic. You're then going to smash it up with a fork until you smash it into little pieces. Okay, now when you smash up the garlic, you're going to add it to some organic olive oil. Okay, so just make your little mixture. Doesn't have to be mixed real good. Just mix it together for a few seconds. Okay, just mix it together. Once you do, you're going to take that paste of garlic and olive oil and you're going to rub it on your feet, and then you're going to wrap your foot up in saran wrap for 24 hours. Okay, so, and this is the foot from the toes all the way back to the heel. Okay, you're going to use saran wrap. Okay, you are going to look like a saran wrap mummy from the feet down. But it's going to work. Now, you're going to notice that your toenails are going to get really soft. You're going to notice that the skin and the dead skin on your feet are going to get really soft, and it's going to make your feet really soft. However, might even bring some fat collagen back down to the foot area, which holds all your body weight. However, when you do this, take it off. You're going to thoroughly wash your feet to make sure you get all of the garlic off of there, all of the olive oil off of there, and let your feet dry. Do not put on any socks after you clean it, just to make sure everything is super dry. Just put your feet in front of a fan if you want to, but make sure your feet are dry. And then you can go and do that again in a couple of days. All right. Now, if you do it on day one, which is Monday, do it again on Wednesday. Okay. And you'll notice that your skin keeps getting softer. You'll notice that the toenails start looking better, and you'll notice that the skin starts getting more circulation because of the saran wrap is going to bring heat down there. Once you put the saran wrap on, cover it with a sock. Okay, 24 hours. You're going to do this. So I would suggest after you take a shower in the morning, go ahead, wrap up your feet, put the paste on there, wrap up your feet, and then cover it with a sock. Go all the way until the next morning, 24 hours, and then take it off before you get in the shower. Clean up the feet. All right, get it all out and dry your feet. So make sure you're not going to work, so you don't have to rush and put any socks on or anything. So advice, do it on the weekend, all right, to make that happen, but helps tremendously. You're going to see a big difference when you actually do that. So I'm actually trying it right now. So I can't put my foot up here. My desk is too high, but all right. So I don't know. Okay, wait. Can you guys hear that? Probably not, but all right. So I don't want to disgust anybody. All right. Sometimes toes freak people out. Okay. So let me see. I only got a few more in here. I don't want to keep you guys on too long. We've been on for an hour and 10 minutes. So let me see. Let's see, who do we got? Okay, LL Lewis says, Alvin, what can a person attribute lightheadedness, feelings of imbalance, and room spinning when laying down? LL, I'm gonna be willing to bet that you have a lith in your semicircular canals, because usually when all those symptoms that you just described, feeling of imbalance, the room spinning, lightheadedness, that usually is going to happen. The spinning sensation will cause the lightheadedness. Is because one side of your head, both sides of your head and your semicircular canals, when you tilt your head, when you spin your head, both of the little pieces of jello in your ear, they actually move together. So when your head tilts, the two jellos, they tilt and they want to go back up to the right. That's how you know that's up. However, when you have one side that has a stone in it, when you move, the stone moves, and this side of your head is calculating the stone's movement. This side of your head is calculating your head's movement. So now when that happens, you get a spinning sensation. And that means that when you lie down, that usually means that it is a stone. So you might, I don't know what the name of the video. There's a video on YouTube that actually has you talking about otoliths in your semicircular canal. So just look for that on YouTube. Let me try to type it out for you. Otoliths, so you can just copy and paste it. Liths in semi, yes, circular canals. Okay, there you go. All right, so LL, I put it in there for you. So you can just look up the video. There's certain head tilting exercises you can do in order to get the lith out without surgery or anything invasive. So you can just literally roll it out of there. Now, it's going to be scary because if it is a stone, what's going to happen is just make sure before you do the stone thing, make sure that you don't have congestion in your nasal cavity. Because if this side is congested and this side is clear, that will also cause a spinning sensation even when you lay down. So that might be the problem also. So just try that first. See if both sides are congested or if both sides are clear. If that's the case, then it is a stone, and then use those head exercises to get that stone out of there. Okay, so all you have to do is tilt your head. They tell you to lay your head back over the edge of your bed and actually do it. Okay. Very good. We got 107 people. We're up to 119 actually live on the stream. So what I want you to do is, if you have not already, give it a thumbs up there. Cynthia might have asked already. I'm not sure if she did, but she's always looking out for me. So I'm going to do it for myself this time. You guys go ahead and throw some likes up there on the channel. If you guys have not already, I really do appreciate it. So other people can find this video, watch it for their benefit. Okay, so very nice. All right. My favorite YouTube channel, Sharon. Thank you, Sharon. I appreciate that. Sharon's Poetry Corner, aka Sharon Just Me. Okay, very good. Now, let's go ahead. Cynthia, I really do appreciate what you have been doing in the chat. You are handling these questions like an absolute professional. I got to give it to you. So I know we might not have gotten to everybody's question today, but I want to make sure that you guys stayed away from the foods that I actually talked about. The last thing I'm going to tell you guys about is the ice cream. Ice cream is the other extreme of burnt meat, which is a frozen free radical, which is just as bad in your body. See, those are the two extremes: extreme heat, extreme cold. Even yogurt will do a number on you as far as acidifying your blood if you keep eating that on a daily basis. Nothing wrong with having ice cream once a week. Nothing wrong with having ice cream once a month. But if you're doing ice cream every day or every other day, you are shortening your life severely. If you're having barbecue or burnt meat every day, you are severely shortening your life. You have to be careful with these things because they are not safe to do long term. Okay, so that's my last little tip for you guys. Some things to avoid if you want to keep your health on. Marcus Macon, thank you, cousin, for actually throwing your questions in there and getting them answered today. If you got any more, you got my number, so you can text me if you need anything else. So we got Belle in the house. I haven't seen Belle in here. Good stuff. Published brother. Look at this. All right, I haven't seen that one either. Yvonne Daniels live. What about almond milk yogurt? My goodness. Danielle, I missed you. All right, almond milk yogurt. Now, if you're making that yourself, go with it, because I like the homemade stuff. No preservatives, no chemicals, no additives. Yes, do that. If it's because I'm all for probiotics. I'm all for it, especially when it's natural. All right, so I'm going to get out of here. All right, wow, thought of you. All right, thank you, Clementina. I love it. I love it. So to all my students who actually jumped in here to look at the stream, I really do appreciate you guys coming by. Those of you who always join me on the screen, like I Mean Business, Ronnie Nevels, Rolo Valero, Clementina, LL Lewis, Frenchie, Brother D, Nubian, Marva B, Steph D, Felicia Bates, Marcus Macon. All right, so Gettle, Marva B, what do we got? Yes, so all of you who come in here, Rolo, yes. So those of you who are throwing your name in the chat right here, I love that you guys come in here. You're trying to find out information about your health. You're asking questions that can get you back healthy. I love that. I love the energy that you guys come with, and I can see it in the comments. I don't even have to see your faces. I can see the way you guys comment that you're actually passionate about something. So I want to appreciate everything. Mr. Polton, thank you for asking the questions that you did. Who else we got? Trina Johnson, I see you. Sharon, I see you. Cynthia Freeman, as always. Prince Bailey in the house. Kay Harris, Jeff Haynes. All right, Jeff in the house. All right. So I really do appreciate it. You guys have a fantastic Friday. I'm going to tell you this. If you guys want to deal with a metabolic condition, please do that in the privacy of your own home. If it's an emergency and it's threatening your life right now, that's the only time in which you go to the hospital, because that's what it's built for. Stay out of the hospital. You guys will be much better off for metabolic conditions. All right. I'm going to sign out of here. If you guys have not picked up the book, this is Eat Butter, Smoke Marijuana, Kill Cancer, and Live to 100. The link is in the description. If you guys have a diabetes problem, I want you to take a look at this. I have a stack of diabetes people. I can't show you their names, but that's my diabetes in-game eliminator sheet that I have to fill out for the people. You can see I got a bunch of a whole bunch of papers there for the people who are trying to get into the diabetes program. Some of them I'm working with, some of them I had to turn down because they were being jerks. All right, but other than that, you guys, if you want my help, I am available. That link is also in the description. And if you guys just want to support the channel, you just want to give us a little donation so that we can go and do some real medical videos, some real medical stuff like my protocols that I try to find out for you guys. If you just want to support that, that link is in the description. It's called the Health Linkers Community, and you're just supporting us with a small monthly donation if that's what you want to do. No pressure. I'm not a salesman. So you guys have a wonderful Friday. If you all feel that this channel is doing something for you, then I'll see you back here next Friday and we'll do it again. Okay? I'll talk to you guys later. This is Alvin J. I'm going to sign off. You guys have a wonderful day. I love the comments over here, and I'm out of here. So you guys, later.